Okay. Here's what I think my thought on the Rocket League news. So let's just take a minute, take a break. We're just chatting right now. All right. So let's take a look at this. This seems awesome. I think this is really great. I glimpsed through it. I literally did not read it word for word, right? Um so I don't know exactly everything that's in here, but from what I gather, if they keep this and also the Rocket Pass, awesome. I'm excited for that. That seems really good. And on the free drops can be found in challenges and on the free Rocket Pass. Okay, so you won't randomly what this sentence here, what I'm gathering from that is you're not going to be rewarded random items anymore after a game. You might get credits, but I think it's you way to earn free items instead of receiving them from leveling. So after leveling, you kind of randomly get items, right? Um, I guess this is the Rocket Pass now. Seasonal challenges, but it mentions Rocket Pass up here. Currently, challenges are part of Rocket Pass, but soon challenges will be game wide, and will grant reward upon completion. Rocket Pass has been running free items players can receive with free to play. Drops can contain items from blueprints or previous series, including everything from Champ 1 series all the way to the Vindicator series. This means you can get Zomba wheels, dueling dragon, gold explosions, heat wave decals, and so much more. Free items and challenges and drops can still be traded in the following update. Trade on 5 items for one. Trade in following the update. Trade in. I think that needs to be worded different. Trade up 5 items for 1 item of higher rarity. That the trade in seems like you can trade 5 items, but I see what they're saying. They still have the trade up thing. Free items you receive after playing free to play won't be linked to a specific series, and these items can all be traded together. Can be traded in together. Okay, so it's no longer 5 of a certain series or 5 from that series, and you trade up. It can now be 5 random, as long as they're not linked, I guess. 5 after free to play can be traded up. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's great. It's no longer 5 of the same thing, which is kind of hard to get now, right? Because you received so many items from trade-ins, current items will naturally appear less often. So if there are specific items from that group that you are looking for, say titanium white octane, be sure to trade in your items prior to launch of free to play. What items can we trade to get a titanium white octane? Why are they specifying a titanium white octane? Don't you have to trade 5 octanes to get a titanium white octane? Am I confused? I didn't know you can get trade in items to get a titanium white octane, because that's not, what are you trading up? I mean, you're getting a colored version, but normally that means you trade in the 5 of that item. I don't know what to trade in. I wish they gave an example of what you're trading in. I just didn't know you can get a titanium white octane from trading in. Players picking up Rocket League for the first time will see new driver challenges or challenge menu. This is how new players will unlock items that were included in base game prior to going free. New accounts will only have access to Octane, Breakout, and Merc to start, but new driver challenges will expand their garage. All right, so things that we already have that we get from playing the game will have, or they can get. That's cool. I saw this and I was like, oh god, what? Like we're gonna get rewarded for this? But I get it now. The new players, since we played it, we get those items. They have a chance to actually get it by just playing the game, essentially what we did. But they actually can see when they get it and how they get it. Like get one shot on goal. That's how you got that reward. So that's pretty cool. There's still more to review. Okay. Still more to review on this. I really like this so far. Seems great. I am still curious on if we will be rewarded credits still. So far, there hasn't. Has there been? So, again, do we have that rocket? Like, I'm concerned that how they're wording this right now, this paragraph here, how they're wording this, that well, these couple right here, how they're wording this to me seems like they are getting rid of Rocket, like the current Rocket Pass, right? Where you just play, and when you earn enough XP, you get the next level and you unlock an item. After 75, you get colored items of whatever's there. This now seems like some season challenges will be available when the season starts, and the rest gradually unlock in stages as the season progresses. Rocket Pass premium users will get twice as many season challenges to complete. I'm just concerned that what I can take from this, again, I'm reading this in a way of, instead of, I mean, I guess they still are rewarding people for playing, but instead of what they already have that works and everyone really loves it and get Rocket Pass, it seems like they're changing Rocket Pass or getting rid of it and kind of incorporating it into Rocket Pass is now, or Rocket Pass premium users have more challenges. I'm just looking at it at a point where if they're changing the game, are they keeping what's there and adding this, or are they just totally, hey, X, you're out, get out situation, you know? The next one we want to look at, revamp turn. I read this one. To me, I get what they're doing. The servers, some tournaments are taking a lot longer. Servers can't reboot or reset or whatever. But one thing, they have tournament points now. So you have credits and then tournament credit, or whatever you want to call it, whatever they call it. Tournament credits. Okay. So for playing tournaments, you get credits, and with those, you can purchase stuff. I like how this dude's level 2 and he has 20,000 credits. Tournament credits, that is. Again, for those of you that have been in this chat and have watched me play and talk and rant sometimes about this game, love this game to the core. Love the competitive side of it, love the team aspect of it, love the grind of it, love everything. Even though there are problems with the server, I still want to come back to this game daily. Now, tournaments. Some of you guys know I wanted to and have been for a while run a tournament and run my own tournament, RLCS style. That means legit casting every game. There is no, all right, run an in-game tournament. What they have now, run an in-game tournament and then either playing it or randomly spectating games. That's not what I want to do. I want to legit cast every game, showcase the players playing in my tournament, showcase the teams, have a way where, like the championships or whatever, at some point, I guess, like talk to the winning team or something. But right now, it's just like I want to cast a game, cast all the tournaments, and boom. That one-day tournament is done. We had a lot of fun. Great. You guys are awesome. Awesome. However, to get it set up in a way where, one, people can see it, people can join, there's so many things that I have to do and had to do to get it working. And it's still like I would still need 2 people to help out. And right now I want anyone that's here or in my chat or whatever to actually play in the tournament. And I don't know if that's a 3v3 or 2v2 or even 1v1. So it was still like it's a coin flip. 1v1, I don't know if I want to do a 1v1 tournament. And here's the reason. It's kind of like cliche of, oh, almost like my games. Oh, you got a demo. That's an open net. Oh, you got that bump. That's an open net. I would really like to have a very, very competitive pro style, pro gameplay, or just a fun but serious 2v2 tournament. And not a 3v3 because RLCS is a 3v3, you know? So a 2v2 tournament is like something that will set me apart. Now, it'll take a little bit less time because it's not a 3v3 and 3v3 games tend to take the longest. This, however, I don't like this because if someone like has to leave for something, maybe this is like their weekly. They want to each week. In other words, there's no limits how many tournaments you may join. Players can only join scheduled tournaments they want to each week. Every scheduled tournament they want to each week. Okay, never mind. I was reading that wrong. But since dropping out of its tournament early can hurt a team, there will be sanctions for this type of behavior. Things fair. To keep things fair. Quitting early results in a 15-minute matchmaking. They're literally bringing in tournaments that doesn't involve matchmaking or matchmaking MMR or whatever. They're essentially tying the two together right here. And it doesn't make sense. It should also go the other way. If you quit a matchmaking game, they should put that here as well. If you quit a matchmaking game, it should ban you from tournaments, but it doesn't. If you quit a tournament for whatever reason, your power goes out, you get a 15-minute matchmaking ban and a 3-hour tournament ban. I want to know if this is reversible like, if I start a tournament and someone accidentally leaves or the game crashes or whatever, can I reverse the tournament ban per my tournament? Or is it tough luck, sucks to be you situation? That to me I don't like that. I understand. I guess it was a problem that people were randomly joining tournaments and then the person would quit. But why, like, it shouldn't, I don't know. if you're joining a tournament random, I guess I get it. If you leave early, you should be banned. But I don't know. Very, very weird. Very. That also like, what happens in ones if I leave the tournament early? You know, is it just twos and threes? I I don't. It's very up in the air for me when I read that. If you continue to abandon tournaments early, this penalty will escalate in a 24-hour tournament ban, then a 7-day plus a 24-hour matchmaking. I like, so writing rules for programs and stuff, you always like, you tend to leave out some stuff until someone does something. So rules are never in place until someone does something. So apparently a lot of people were joining tournaments and leaving early. For them to actually set this up and write it in code, it just doesn't make sense. Each tournament you complete, play until victory or elimination counts towards reducing your potential penalties. So I guess they have a 1-to-1 counter of he's played one game and didn't leave. Okay, he's played one game and left the other one. Let's ban him. Or he's played 3 and only left one. Okay, that's great. He's fine. Don't ban him. That's what that means to me. Here's another one. When I read on the YouTube video, from what I gathered, relying on teams finishing their games in a timely manner, matches will have a hard endpoint instead of a virtually infinite overtime. The longest match can be is 11 total minutes. This includes time spent for kickoffs, replays if the game is tied. This I don't like. This to me right now spells I can't run a tournament via this tournament. Because if I am casting a game, again, down at the bottom, it doesn't say I can start it and spectate all. That's what I was hoping, is there's a checkbox where I can start the tournament and be like, spectate all. Or cast all. Or I want to cast all these games. So these people are in queue and they can play a game, warm up, and then they get drawn into the tournament when their team is ready. Play unranked or whatever until their team is ready. You know, the usual thing that can happen. I can't do that. So anyone that wants to cast games, this is fine for those streamers that do the stream day tournament things where they do 100 credits or 200 credits or 400 credits or 500 credits, whatever. However many credits, right? However many credits you want to give in the game, which I don't understand. It's now the games, if right when the clock hits 0, it doesn't matter if the ball touches the ground or not, the game ends. So there's no infinite overtime. Maybe. That's what I'm understanding of. Matches will have a hard endpoint instead of a virtually infinite overtime. Okay, I guess there still will be an overtime, but as soon as the match total length gets to 11 minutes, it's like, all right, you guys are done. And then the team with the most shots. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, but still, the entire game can only be 10 minutes. So, or 11 minutes. We should set a tournament up like that and see what will happen. I don't think it'll break. I think it'll just randomly choose at that point. I think it'll be alphabetical order per team name. Oh, yeah. If the number of shots are the same, the winner will decide by a coin flip. Tournaments will follow the same schedule as Rocket League's competitive season. Once a new competitive season begins, some tournament items will be retired and new items. See, like this, then how they word this. Are we starting tournaments, or is just the Rocket League starting tournaments? Like, it's just random things. Is it random occurrences that are happening in the game? Sorry, I tabbed into the game just to see. So I don't know. They revamped the tournament series, but it doesn't seem like it's for us at all. Right there, this paragraph here: tournaments will follow the same schedule as Rocket League's competitive season. So they'll have tournaments going on during RLCS, and then they have RLCS X rewards in the tournament. It'll be 11 at that point, XI. And so will the titles you can earn from winning tournaments. So RLCXI tournament winner, things like that. We've also made some changes to custom tournaments. Now, tournament organizers expect games happening in brackets they create. But what does that mean? Organizers can spectate the games happening in brackets. That already happens, don't they? Don't they already spectate the games happening in brackets? This one little paragraph describes something to what I kind of wanted the tournaments to be when it first released. But I just, like, don't tournament organizers already have the capability to spectate the games happening in brackets they create? I really want to know, like, why this paragraph is so short when there are so many people that do tournaments. Like, in game, I went to the tournaments thing. Find a tournament. Oh, I need to create like a button or something. This is all the ones tournaments happening. What, today and tomorrow up until the 30th. No, yes, you can. Create a tournament. There's an option for me when I create joinable, when I create the tournament, it gives me the option to either join in, register, and if I don't register, I will spectate the games. And I wish there was a way for me to cancel this, you know? There's no way for me to, like, oh crap, you know, boo, bummer. There's no tournament. I'm not gonna play it. So if anyone joins, they're just gonna, it's gonna be whatever. We'll come back in 6 minutes. See. So again, like, I really was like, oh, they're adding tournaments to the game. That's awesome. We can start a series, have people come in, either via if they register with the bot I found or my website, they go there. I can create like a registration form and they get an email with a password and whatever. And they join in, then I cast every game. Like there's a checkbox where I go caster or cast every game. But this still seems like tournament organizers can spectate the games happening in brackets they create. Does that mean like how RLCS does it? Let's just pretend that this screen right here is RLCS. They'll cast this game, then they'll cast this game, then they'll cast this game, then they'll cast this game. Then it goes to this game, then this game, then this game. That's how RLCS does it, and all the games are casted. What you can do currently is all these games start at the same time. Whoever finishes first, finishes first. So if I'm playing and I get kicked out, I can spectate a game that's currently playing. Say both these games kind of end roughly around the same time. This game, I can join in and spectate. And then this game, I can join in and spectate. And then join in and spectate this game. So all four of these, if I'm in a game, that first four bracket, I can't cast any of those games. Then I have to choose which of the however many I want to cast. That's why you see tournaments have like 32 teams, is because, or 16 or whatever, because then it just fills up and people play. Go away! Like, why can't I delete this? That's just my thought of how I wish tournaments were ran. Again, I can't get my way and I won't ever get my way. But how it's done now, what I would need to do is the bot that I have running the tournaments has a bracket page. I would have to go to the bracket, tell who won. I physically have to go in and tell who won, who didn't, and then they get moved in, and then I have to send out new passwords and whatnot to each team that needs to be joining. And it's just that right there adds time to the stream. So it's like I wish I can do a 16 team tournament, and then that day that's what I do. I cast throughout the day, but that's not how it is. And a streamer can easily do a 32 game stream. Because it's not all 32 games happening at once. It's X amount are happening all at the same time. X amount are happening all, like, it just gets fewer and fewer and fewer throughout when you trickle down in the bracket. So, I don't know. That's the two news things that I wanted to read. I just feel like they created almost a Rocket Pass style tournaments where each season of Rocket League, there's community game-wide tournaments that are running, and your team joins in and you guys play, right? That's my understanding of all of this. All of these things. They're getting a revamp of everything. But I think a lot of people wanted community tournaments, and they touch one paragraph on it, and then that's it. Platform progression. That's pretty cool. That's exciting. I like this. I didn't know about this. I like this a lot because then, one, if those people that link their accounts, Xbox to their Epic and blah, 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 if their accounts are linked and That means they're GC on Xbox, they're automatically GC in PC if they switch to PC. And all their like, are we a like? I'm also concerned because is cross-platform trading coming? Because if not, then it's like you're still you have the same rank, but you don't have the items. You can't use the items, because that's kind of how it is now, where I unlock these items, but does that mean that item is unlocked per all my accounts? And if so, that means cross-platform training or trading is enabled, because then all I have to do is just get things on Xbox and then go over to PC and trade them. You know, that's it. Might, I don't know if it will snippet, if it will talk about that. This is understandable. Talks about blueprints and items and stuff, but that means that cross-platform trading is a thing. That's my take of it. That's going to be my take of it, because again, someone can just unlock something on Xbox or have something on Xbox and then trade it in later down the road. But they don't specifically say cross-platform trading, because then so here's the thing is legit. All I would have to do is grab my Xbox, per se. I don't have one anymore. But let's say someone on Xbox wants to trade with me, and it's like, oh, since I'm on PC, I can't trade with you. But now all I have to do is just go to my Xbox, log in, and I'm able to trade with them. Same account. All it's saying all these items are shared. So why not have cross-platform trading? Why not release that now? So that's already there. This is also pretty cool. This interests me more than anything, because now it's like, oh, I can buy a Nintendo Switch, so when I travel, I can play Rocket League on the go. I know it's not the same, but I can still play. Those are the wheels. Those are the ugliest things ever. That's my thought. Again, that's my thought on this is cross-platform trading. Credits and esports tokens balances will stay tied to each platform as they cannot be transferred. That doesn't make sense then. Then there's no cross-platform trading, but there is at the same time. If I have 500 credits on my Xbox, I will have 0 on my PC. But confused. I'm confused. Is this making any sense to anyone? uh I get it and I don't at the same time. Of okay, that makes sense. And then they throw that out there, and it's like, well, then you're not saying it's cross-platform progression. That means we no longer are rewarded credits for playing the game. So everything will legitimately be you either earn it by doing the challenges or you cough up change and that's that. Right? Because the credits can't be used per. A little confused. A little confused on this situation, if I may say so myself. These things are cross-platform now, but aren't tradable. But all we need to do is just go to another account and trade it. It also screams red flag for me of, hey, oh wait, right here. Why didn't we see this, chat? Come on. Why do I have to read everything? As an addition players involved. It will also require both. Odd. We will also require both players involved in any trade to have purchased at least $5 worth of credits. Players who played Rocket League, or players. I'm guessing that's or players who have played Rocket League before the launch of free to play are exempt from this requirement. Oh, players who. Okay. Are you excited to bring? Okay. Cross-platform trading is going to happen then. I still don't know why it was never a thing when they. As soon as they introduced cross-platform playing, there should have been cross-platform trading. I don't know why that was never a thing because we legit share the same stuff. And it still hits Rocket League servers, you know? I don't understand. But alright, so cross platform trading's coming with free to play. Alright, that kind of is intriguing. I feel like this title is going to be for people who just buy the game right before the free to play and they get that title just because they bought it. And it's going to be everywhere. And I don't want to use that title, you know?